Hey, it's Dan, and welcome back to Unified Gaming. Now, today we are on the Nightblade. I put a poll up on YouTube, and most people asked for the Nightblade, and then they asked for some Magicka Sorcerer, and if we get some time, Magicka Necromancer. I did add an extra option, just Skyrim, and just seeing what people thought of that, and that seemed to be kind of fourth, but kind of tied with Necromancer, so I don't think I'll get to that today, but if there is a demand for it, I will obviously look to do some Skyrim action as well, as it's pretty good with the Anniversary Edition and the mods, so yeah. But what are we doing on the Nightblade? We're quickly going to do our Legerdemain. I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically this just gives you extra sneak cost reduction, really good. Easiest way to do it is come to Daggerfall docks. These are instants, so you can just grab the stuff cheap and easily without being like bothered by guards. Sell it here, rinse and repeat. So really easy, really quick. Just make sure you got some inventory space because I don't. So let's try and fix that nice and quick. So we've got loads of stuff on us that we can. We don't include bank items. Loads of stuff to get rid of. Just checking I'm not going to delete anything I actually need. But yeah, when you do PvP a lot, you do get an awful amount of just rubbish, in all honesty. I'll reuse that. So you can see I've got loads of rubbish on this character, like an obscene amount. I'd always say keep purple jewellery generally, unless it's something that's a bit easy to get, like Wizard's Repose, that's abundant. But things like Rallying Cry, Champion of the Hiss, these are things that you can get easily, but they're just a bit annoying, so it's good to keep a couple of those, just if you get it, especially dungeon ones. So we could sell that, but I don't think we're going to get much out for that, so we'll just get rid of all of this stuff. And then we'll go and steal all the stuff we can get rid of. There you go, down to 81. So yeah, really looking forward to you showing the Nightblade. I've made this into a build video, so there's actually that available on Patreon like right now. So anybody that is a Patreon member can see that, like, which is, it said it's a really fun build. And I have checked that it does work next patch too, so if you are curious, going, oh no, like, does it work next patch? Yes, it does. I'm just going to quickly put a message in Discord for those people curious. Just so that for people that want to see there, they can. Push. And last one. Push. There we go. So you get to, you just steal as much as you can. But we'll send that woman away. But yeah, it's not long to the new patch, is it? I'm really curious about certain builds next patch, like how DKs and stuff are going to fare with all the dot changes. So yeah, I wonder what you guys think of it. Because I know Is There No One Else does quite a few videos showing what he thinks, and I haven't come up with one yet, just because of time and decorating, but I think I might do one when the patch drops, if there is demand. So yeah, if you are curious in that stuff, just do let me know. Again, all this stuff. So much stuff. Oh. I find it's generally better here to go through the sacks mainly, because you get ingredients that you can keep. Grab that as well. Grab all the food. But my aiming tonight is really bad. Like really, really bad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm somewhat jaded. So Been a busy couple weeks of decorating. And that's the barrels done. There's one in there. Where is it? There it is. I think I have more issues in first person than third. So we're just grabbing all this stuff. And we'll go sell this quickly and then repeat whilst we wait. And we are queued for Battlegrounds, so if people are curious, you can see that in a moment. But yeah. I was using this in Cyrodiil the other day, and this guy had like 30,000 health on a Templar. And I literally, I recorded the clip, so it's in the build video. And I kill him within 2 seconds. Like from 100% health to 0 in 2 seconds. It was insane how quickly he dropped. And I'm like, this is stupid. And yeah, they're buffing Nightblade next patch. So that's fun. Yeah, so here you just literally sell all the stuff. It's best to sell all the consumables and the feet and stuff. And all the armor pieces. Because then you can like launder the ingredients. And that's that one full. And then you might need to come back and just get a few more bits, but you can see we've pretty much filled our daily just by doing that. And it's an easy way to get the Legerdemain up really quick. You know, do it once a day for like 2 weeks and it's maxed or thereabouts. So really, really good. Which just frees up the queue because sometimes BG's goes a bit funny. I'm just checking that I am a vampire. Vampire stage 2, we should get that to stage 3 in a sec. Let's eat some money. Why don't we feed on him? That's annoying. We'll feed on that guy. Yeah, try not to get a bounty. It's more than just annoying to have. Can I eat that dude? Yeah, I can. There we go. Yeah, it's good to be stage 3 for Undeath. Really, really good passive. I pushed A and it went to speak to the person, so it didn't jump. That's annoying. So yeah, how was everybody doing tonight, by the way? People good? There you go, this is all reset again, good to go again. But this place is mad, that you can like just loot it so quick. We don't need a massive amount of stuff, but we'll grab a fair chunk while we're here. Okay, get a fair chunk while we're here. I think that's more than enough stuff, so we're going to go back and sell that, and then, or launder it, shall I say, and then we're good to go. We can go and like leave that for the day. I might jump into Cyrodiil tonight if we get around to it, which I do really enjoy. And the fact that it works on PCNA is really good. Yeah, let's just sell or launder this and we're done. There we go. Yeah, literally going a Saturday night stream. Yeah, I actually normally stream on Saturdays. Almost level 6. Almost got that extra bit there. Yeah, no, I normally stream on Saturdays because it works better with my work schedule. So on Friday I'm always tired. And then on kind of Sunday you got work on Monday, so you can't really do it then. So it's like Saturday or not at all. Callum's going, he got the, as he says, question for you, before I got the expansion, is ESO really going downhill? I want to grind the game and actually play without being so worried about it. He's 950 CB. I think, call me, sorry, I don't want to say Callum, you sound tired. To call me's question, I would say it does depend on platform. So if you're on console, for example, so I used to play on Xbox NA 4 years ago, the player base was dropping quite drastically there, and I hear it's just continued to go downhill. If you're on PC NA like I am at the moment, you're absolutely fine. There are rumours that Zos is making a new MMO, which they have said they are, but that's been like mentioned 4 years ago, roughly. And there's nothing on the horizon at the moment. So I can't see ESO sort of switching off anytime soon, in all honesty. I will say the next patch has brought a lot of changes though. So there's a lot of changes to combat with PvP and PvE. And some of them are kind of controversial. Have I done the snake here? Yeah, I have done the snake here. Don't know what I'm going here. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be dead. I just think it's going to be slightly different to what it is currently. And if you like how it feels currently in PvE with really high DPS, then you're going to kind of, you might find it a bit frustrating. Equally, if you're a more casual player, it's more friendly towards those with like the heavy attack changes. So I hope that kind of helps. I'm going to keep playing if that gives you any kind of idea, but I'm going to keep doing it. Other creators like Is There No One Else, from what I understand, is going to keep doing it. Skinny Cheeks, big PvE guy, he's in a bit of a hiatus, play a bit, not make as many videos though, so the fact he's still going to give it a go, and same with like Neff has, it shows it's still going to be popular, it's just different. Going, he's looking forward to the Warden buffs. Am I going to test the class when update 35 launches? Yeah, no worries, call me. So to the Warden changes, I don't like them. Just telling you that now. So I think there's a saying in Britain, and I don't know if you use it in other countries, but it's you borrow from Peter to pay Paul. And basically that is you take from one hand, you give with another. So the real question is, have you really given anything back? And the answer is, you've not really been given anything because you've lost a lot of stuff. So yes, you've been given a burst heal that is scaled with offensive stats, really good, Arctic Blast. It's got a stun, but the stun is only for defensive use because it doesn't drop block like Rune Cage, for example, or Fossilize. So if they hold block, they can just ignore it. You need to be with it next to them, and you have to cast it whilst they're next to you. And with all the targeting issues, I think that's going to be a bit problematic. But it's really good for defense. If you get attacked and you CC break kill, you stun the person who attacks you. So it's really good for that. But it doesn't help the offensive issues. They then changed Deep Fissure to have a really weird scaling. And I don't know if you've seen my Discord, but I've put a picture showing the changes. So on average, it's about a 30% nerf it is on Deep Fissure. And that's a nerf if you are somebody who uses Deep Fissure every 3 seconds and lands it most of the time, you are getting a nerf. There's just no other way around it. It is a damage nerf. It is pretty big. I've got the picture which I'll put in Discord, in the chat, sorry. Let me get it from Discord. But it was quite a big nerf. Copy the image. To the... Is it a noticeable change? I would say it's noticeable. Here's the, for those people curious, here's, copy that one too. So that first one, that top one, I just put it, that's Deep Fissure changes. And yeah, so basically, from looking at the Deep Fissure, it's a nerf to Magicka Warden. If you're a Stamina Warden, though, you are kind of in a similar place. You got access to Burster, which is good. You got good damage, like because Dizzying swings well. So yeah, if you're Stamina Warden, it's probably a buff. But Magicka Warden, it is a nerf. Yeah, it literally is on a Stamden. Yeah, I think for a Stamden, your Subterranean Assault is every 3 seconds, like 3 and 6, so that's fine. You don't use dots mainly, whereas Magicka Warden would use Fletcher Infection, which is quite a popular dot. And the fact that dots now do less damage per tick on single targets, it just means that you're going to basically have weak dots, which means you've got less killing power. You also got a more awkward stun. You also have the less damage on Deep Fissure. So I don't see it being good on Magicka Warden, which sounds doom and gloom because I really enjoy the class, but that's my honest take on it. So yeah, that kind of covers both, I think, Magicka and Stam. Stamden generally slight buff, Magicka Warden probably enough. Oh, BG's finally ready. I love PvP. So yeah, what's your take on it, Lich, or just anybody else on the Warden changes? I love that. Say it together. We just casually walk away from that group. That's domination. You can't stay together in domination. Not at all. But yeah, this build video is on Patreon, and it will be coming out probably tomorrow, maybe the day after, on YouTube. I normally put a bit more time, but I've just been a bit swamped with decorating. They get here, and then we're going to run straight to the middle. You can test Rallying Cry and Plague Break. Rallying Cry is really good. No. How dare they try that? Oh, he's on to Vampire ult. Let's go get some distance there. Dead. He died well quick, didn't he? Look at that. Dead. There you go. Yeah, Rallying Cry is good in Stamden. I think it's good on most classes. Plague Break, I think it's going to be so next patch. They've reduced the dot, and it doesn't like proc as often as it did. So yeah, I don't rate the Plague Break on Stamina Warden personally. You better just go for other sets. Oh, I hit with Big Dawnbreaker from behind. Oh, Big Dawnbreaker, 8.3k. Yeah. I love that Stam Silk, Plague Carrier, so Plague Break, and Savage Werewolf. I have 4 kills so far. Dead. Dead. That's 2 dead there. You haven't bothered with Warden for a couple of years. Yeah, I think the dramatic changes are, I think, the concern. I think as a Stam Warden, they're pretty similar. But they want to coax you with a carrot on a stick to allow you to chew on it for a while. I think that's what they're doing with Nightblade. Bye bye. Dead. Yeah, roll dodge cancel, really good. With Executioner, like that. Where's that sorc? Oh, almost got him there. Oh, did you see some? How'd you build a Warden Werewolf? I wouldn't go as a Werewolf from Warden, personally. The passives don't synergize with... The passives don't really synergize with Werewolf transformation. But if you did go as a Werewolf, you typically want more Magicka sustain to be able to use your burst still. So something like Wretched Vitality is quite useful. You can then pair it with any kind of damage set. But the big thing is making sure that you have enough mag sustain typically, so you can actually keep alive if you need to. Alright, that's that sorc over there. He went and sneak though. I do stand behind this guy. He could be bait. What you can do, but they have changed it sadly, and I have used it in the past, is use Undaunted Infiltrator and Undaunted Unweaver and go as a light attack werewolf, which is really good. But as I said, they're changing those sets. There, it went over there. So you see, he's dead. So yeah, I think you're just better going with a regen set like Wretched Vitality or yeah, the Wretch is probably the strongest you can get in the game at the moment. He's gonna kill himself. Oh, so it hit me really hard. That was a big Dawnbreaker though. How you saying werewolves make sweet baby? Jesus Christ. Don't play werewolves. I think werewolves are good. I wouldn't use it on a Warden. That's... Oh, did you see that burst? Oh, that's filth, that was. So I used Reg Vitality. You generally want mauls, in all honesty, for pen. There you go. See, the burst on this Nightblade's really good. Really, really good burst, if you play it well. Yeah, I'd go Reg Vitality and then pair it with... Some people use Magma Incarnate. It's quite a popular set. Her style was like, you stalking me. It burst. Oh, it's like sorc, that is. Oh, he's corrosive one. That bleed is disgusting, that is. How many kills will we get from that though? Oh. Oh, no, you can't go in the middle. Bye, Werewolf. Oh, I went to go do the execute combo. Hey, what's going on? What am I running on this? There's a video coming out which goes through much more detail, but Way of the Fire, Oaken Soul, which you don't need, it just does work without it, but it's really good, so I'm using it. And I'm using One Piece Krog and Wretch Vitality. But yeah, I go through much more detail as kind of how it's set up in the video, which will be out soon. But yeah, really, really strong setup. So yeah, Dante's saying Oaken Soul no to the Werewolf. I think currently Oaken Soul is good on anything, in all honesty, so yes. Next patch, because you are limited to one bar anyway as a Werewolf, Oaken Soul will give you some useful buffs, like the Major Resolve, you get the Minor Berserk, but there is a bit of overlap between the Werewolf buffs and the Ring buffs. So you might be better using something like Marken. Marken will give you access to extra armor at all times and also extra weapon and spell damage, which will then give you better healing. The issue you have though, and it's similar with one bar Oaken Soul rings, is you can't do a front bar back bar push. So the idea is that you use like a front bar set like Clever Alchemist, for example, or Stoon's Favour. You then use a back bar set like Wretched Vitality, Rallying Cry, and then you can then put on a monster set and a mythic item and one piece trainee. But because you have one bar, you can't do all of that. So then you are kind of limited with how many buffs you can get on your character and how many kind of bonuses from sets. So Marken isn't usually as good in that place, in that situation, on a one bar build, for that reason. I don't know how it works with Werewolf transformation though. Whether hey, it was like your burst looks legit. Oh, it's honestly, this is probably my favourite build. And it's really just how heavy attacks to right at. But I was in a cyrodiil, and there was this Templar, he had, it's in the first clip, he had 30,000 health he did with like 2,400 CP. I am 4,091 currently, and I was like 4,050 something when I did it. And I killed him in 2 seconds. Literally on the clip. I come out of stealth and he goes from 30,000 health to dead in 2 seconds. Like he's got no time to react. And I'm like, it's insane how much damage a Nightblade has. So yeah, I go from this to a Magicka Warden and you're like, oh my goodness. they're like miles apart. One place to check Dante, which is quite good for PvP builds, is look at Malcolm. Malcolm has a website, esopvpbuilds.com, and he does have some pretty kind of up-to-date builds. So yeah, he will give you some ideas as well, but typically it is Retro Fatality and just any damage set of choice. Malcolm's my sorc savant. I think Malcolm is a phenomenal sorcerer. Like, he is probably one of the best sorcs in the game. I think he's right with that. Sorc does have some issues, but I think it's not a Magicka Warden. That's my point. I think Magicka Warden is the weakest build class in the game for PvP. That's our skill point. Yeah, my sustain's really good on this build. Like, really good. How much regen do we have? It's like obscene. Yeah, 1700 regen plus bonuses when we kill people. Yeah, 2000 regen we have. It's madness. And 1500 mag regen almost. So that's why we can cloak so much and heal so quickly. Magdalene should be top tier PvP heals. I think, and obviously do feel free to interject, but I think judging a class's killing power on their healing power doesn't seem fair. Going, we're going to limit the killing power of a class because they can heal well. Like, if you look at Dragon Knight, for example, Dragon Knight's self-healing is insane. But yet, they, at the moment, have some of the best burst damage in the game. So, it just feels a bit frustrating that Magicka Warden just is a bit lacking. And Haley obviously says about group heals, which I think they have okay group heals, but if you look at actually what they use heal-wise, they use often Corrupting Pollen or Budding Seed. That's kind of one of the best heals they have on as a Warden. And that's about it. They generally just use Restoration Staff skills and Orbs and Trees. So they use the ultimate, that's good. And they use maybe one heal from their class kit. I rarely see people using like Nature's Embrace as a Warden healer. Or using Living Trellis, for example. They might use mushrooms, but generally using Blessing and Protection is more healing than mushrooms. So most healers use Blessing and Protection. So I think the reason why they do well is because of the tree ult's very good. But then you got the Restoration ult, which is just as good. The Restoration ult is crazy. It's like the tree ult on steroids in some cases. And I think if you apply that logic to like Magicka Necromancer or to Magicka Templar, Magicka Templar has really good killing power with Purifying Light, Toppling Charge, jabs into beam. Like, that is so much damage. They've got some of, if not the best heals in the game. They've got amazing group healing with everything heals. Ritual heals, ritual cleanses. They've got Purifying Light, which heals people around the target. And yeah, so I don't. It just feels a bit sad that, and maybe that's what the developers are doing. Going, Warden's quite a good group healer. They then can't have killing power. But you can't, you know, a healer and a damage dealer are different. You can't weaken damage dealers because they can heal well. It seems, you know, that kind of play how you want mentality that Zos is going for, it just doesn't feel like that applies to Warden. But that's my kind of thoughts on it. And I think Magicka Nightblade's in the same boat. Really lacks killing power. Oh, get my potion off. That's them dead. See how many kills that was? That 3 kills. Oh, that stupid Twilight. That. Yeah, sorry, I'm just basically killing people. I think he just put on his corrosive and he still died. There's 6 kills. I'm taking it back. Oh, that was a big whip. Or your main is a Magblade, you can kill for days, but burst is gone. Yeah, there isn't much healing from our team, but that's a big. That was a big whip. 7.8k. I was playing Magicka Nightblade the other day. It's so weak. Oh, how did I get? I got hit with that leap. That's unfortunate. $18k spec bow. I'll take that. That's disgusting. Where's that sorc? We're gonna get that sorc that's hiding up there. Oh, I like the challenge of Magblade. You might notice our roll just cancel an awful lot. Like that there. Get some healing. Bye bye. There you go, I love the spec bow. I got rid of the Twilight because he's going to spam that. There we go. I'm back. The bear snared me. He is legging it, isn't he? He's going that portal. We're not going to let him get away. Alright, we say bye-bye to that guy. Dead. No, you don't overload me. Having that burst still though is phenomenal. Oh. Magicka is a class where you can teabag a DK. Yeah, Cloak is so good. Oh, that was stupid Twilight. Oh, that so much burst. Oh, that's all dead. Yeah, that was good. Sorry, I was really focusing, as you can tell. Hey, was like Dan doing work. But yeah, that was a. I think I got a lot of kills that match. I had a quad kill on a Nightblade. That is mad. That is. Yeah, that was good. Hay was saying Magblade's a class where you can kill DK, teabag, and not feel a douche because you deserve the win. 100%. 100% agree with that. I think there's certain classes that are weaker, there's just no getting around it. And Magblade is one of those. I like to think, and I don't want to sound arrogant, I like to think I'm an okay player. Like, I'm not bad at the game. I'm pretty decent, and Magblade is just really hard to play. Like, it's really, really hard to play. And I've had people message me go, "Oh Dan, what about a melee Magblade?" I'm like, just play Stamina Nightblade. Like, if you're gonna go melee Magblade, just go Stamina Nightblade. It's more damage, better survivability. So all the Magblade heals because of the changes with hybridization. Like, you're just weakening yourself if you do that. So yeah, I might switch to a Magblade later, but I just painful. For the Magblade, for people curious, what I was using on it is I was using Rallying Cry, Wretched Vitality, and Balorg. So it's kind of to basically have a good set of stats, and it was okay. But it just lacked killing power. Hey, thanks for that, Heyo. That's really important. Like, really, really appreciate it. That is. My wife's literally just walked in with some quiche, and she's like, I told her, she's like, "Oh, thumbs up." She's like, "Yeah, no, that's really, really appreciated, mate. Cheers for that." Literally, like, all of that stuff has just been put back into the channel. Like, what I used it to buy PC and stuff, and now we're trying to save to get some building work done, which is a ways off, but to get a proper space to record. So, yeah, no, that's really appreciated. That is. I will try Magblade in a little bit if people are curious. But you know, hey, you're really helping us out. I've got another death match. Let's see if we can get the first kill. We're going to pop down here because I'm being killed there. You sometimes have to pick your fights. That guy though, he's asking to be killed. Oh, he's dead. There you go. Oh, he managed to escape that. Look at that. Look, you've got a sniper there. Behind the gal, a nice dinner. I don't know what that guy was thinking. He's gonna kill himself. Yeah, I'll tell the wife. But... Oh, that was a good fear room by that person. Oh, they got me. I've got locked in place. That definitely whacker got me with the snipes. But no, I'll tell Laura that. She'll laugh. She will. What do you run on your Magblade, Heyo? If you're still there, just curious. $20 wait by much. It sounds daft, but like honestly, every little helps. My wife was saying that actually, and I'm not saying people should do it, but she's like, with how many subscribers you got, if everybody did like £1, you could literally quit your job teaching. What? That is mad. I mean, let me go get the wife. 1 sec. Sorry, I just went and told the wife. And she was just like, oh. She was like, but you're like, blimey. I'm like, yeah. But no, I appreciate that. That's really, really appreciated. I'll tell her to buy her. Someone's trying to kill me. Who's trying to kill me? Yeah, I'll tell her and she'll laugh. To be fair, it is actually our first wedding anniversary next year. Tomorrow, sorry. So we're married a year tomorrow. So yeah, probably use it towards that. We went out for a dinner on Friday to kind of like, because we got a child, and trying to take a child out is hard. It's just anybody with children. It's your birthday today. Oh, happy birthday. You don't have to answer, but how old are you now? Obviously, I know some people are a bit funny with age. I'm 30 if people are curious. So I'm not too young. And you're here giving gifts. 51, nice. Dead. Where'd that Nightblade go? There's somebody around here waiting for him to pop out. I know you're here. That was Nightblade. There, yeah, Mr. dead. Oh, I went to... Oh, the snipe got me. Oh, the snipe. That was a snipe into the crescent sweep. But no, happy birthday. That's quite a big one. 51, obviously, he's just over 50, but yeah, that's quite... Yeah. I'm 31 in September. That's when my birthday is. But no, I'll definitely use it towards the going out for dinner or something. So many snipers this match. You're gonna have one of those. 13k. I got him. Oh, my health bar. Oh, my health bar. 51 is horrible. Almost as bad as snipers. Oh, that was. I killed both of them. Killed both of them trying to gank me. Oh, that. My health bar went down very, very fast then. You can pop all the way down? No, he's not following me. $13K's better, take that. Oh, this might be the end, yeah. I ran out of resources. It's always the jab spam. But yeah, no, Nightblade's very bursty. Like, very, very bursty. If you get it right, just hits so freaking hard. I can't believe they're buffing this class next patch, by the way. There you go. Got him as well. LMS90 is going, what is the build? Just got in. There is a proper video coming out. It's on Patreon currently. But yeah, I'm using Way of the Fire, Oaken Soul, which can be changed to like Marking, for example. I'm then using Wretched Vitality. So really high damage. Like Way of the Fire is honestly probably the best proc set in the game currently, in my opinion. And I make this point in the video, but if you look at this, it's 3,456 every 2 seconds. Glorian's Legacy, 12,000 every 10 seconds. If you divide that by 5, because, you know, 5, 2 is going to 10, Where the Fire actually has a higher damage per second than Glorian's Legacy. And it doesn't miss, because it procs on your light attacks, which you're always doing every 2 seconds. It procs on your weapon skills like Executioner. So this is just much more consistent damage. If you go, like, look at my combat metrics. Where the Fire, second there. Where the Fire's down there. It's hitting people for like 2.5k. Here it was 3,800 max, so that's crit. There, 2.8. 2.5. So yeah, it's really, really solid. LM is asking, would I run multiple proc sets for damage? It depends on what you're trying to do. So Zorz has a 1 second delay between proc sets, like, and it's an instant burst one. So ones where they do the damage instantly, like Where the Fire. You light attack and that will hit somebody straight away. So you can't stack 2 of those together. But things like Glorian's Legacy, because it's got a bit of a delay, you could use this with Where the Fire, and you do your heavy attack from Cloak into surprise attack. They'll both land at the same time. So you could make it like do it like that. I personally would say it's only good for gank builds, and that's where you're trying to nuke somebody from, you know, 100% health to 0% health in a matter of seconds. As you see with what I've been doing tonight, like constantly, you don't need 2 damage sets to do that though. If you are coming out as stealth with a heavy attack, that's a crit there. Your surprise attack is a crit because you're out of stealth most of the time. They're then stunned, and then you can then do another surprise attack, then to execute roll dodge, and that's generally like sort of 30k burst, give or take. And for execute roll dodge, what that means is if I push Executioner and then roll, it does the damage like that. And you can do this with any instant cast skill. So that was me doing surprise attack there, didn't even show. So I often do that when they're low health to get that final bit of damage in a bit quicker. And that really helps you confirm kills. So I think, yeah, apart from gank builds, I don't say it's not really massively worth it. Yeah, I'm going to put a poll in the chat quickly for people curious. So what class next? I have obviously this Nightblade. I have a Magicka Sorcerer. I also have a Magicka Warden, that's pretty much there. And then I have a Magicka Necromancer. Which is mostly there. So yeah, if you want to decide kind of what we got next, you can just click on one of those and it will do it. My stat sheet, I have 5.2k weapon damage, that goes up to about 6k when we're in combat. Our recovery, I'll just get my kills not to show my regen. My regen's actually a lot higher than that, but we can't show the sets until we're in combat, so just find something to kill. Nope, need to find, they don't have enough health. LMS9 saying Necro. Yeah, I think there should be a button that will appear. Oh, that one died too quick as well. Because they don't have enough health, I'm actually killing them before they get the second debuff. Let me just try this. So we have 2000 stam recovery on this build, which is why I can stay in the fight for like absolute ages. So yeah, that really good sustain and stuff. I think that's what really helps it roll around so much, which makes us quite tanky because we can avoid a lot of damage. And we also have Undeath as well, being a vampire stage 3, so that makes us tankier even still. For people curious, I'm actually running down here to get the Sky Shard, so it's a bit of a trek, but we'll get there. And we are queued for beaches whilst we're waiting. Sky, and he would give this a go. I honestly would. I think it's probably the most rounded set of stats that you can get on a Nightblade, whilst keeping damage pretty high. It's got great sustain, really, really high damage. And it's pretty tanky, as you've probably seen. As long as you move well and are in and out, you will do really well on this. So yeah, solid. I would say use Oakensol. A lot of people are saying Oakensol is completely gutted, but it's gonna be hard to show. Well, here's I don't have the sets, but Minor Courage is 256 weapon damage. You then get Minor Berserk, which is 5% damage. You got Minor Force, which is 10% crit damage. You got your Minor Regens. You got your armor buff. You've got Minor Protection. So I would say that those buffs and Minor Mending to some more healing, I'd say all of that with Minor Heroism too is enough to go and use it. Well, that's just 2 dead. That was well quick. I got stunned by somebody. That's a roll dodge execute there. As a roll dodge execute again. As a block cancel. Six skills so far. Do we have the ball? We should probably get the ball, shouldn't we? But you can see that my stam sustain is like really good. I hit the stupid spear. I hit the engine guardian. That's him dead. Yeah, the stream's going right, Top Cat. I'm focused on killing people. No, you can't run away. Don't run away. He's running away, isn't he? $14k spec barret, take that. As we kill people, they're going to have to come up the stairs. But yeah, I say it's going well. 10 kills. I thought it would have spawned up here by now. They're not going to get the ball. Oh, I went for the roll dodge kill, then get the roll dodge off. Yeah, they actually got me. That was me being greedy. It's a beach, it's been rough for you today. Oh, that's never good. LM says he mains a Nightblade too. My combos are more fluid than his. It's just practice. Nightblade isn't my main class, by the way. My main class is Sorc and Warden. That's what I play probably better than this. Got into cloak. The one that got away, eh? I got some stand back. I love a good old cloak, the best skill in the game. Oh yeah, cloak's OP. Waiting for my spec bow. Oh, I'm gonna go for the in-cap. Oh, the in-cap, 13k in-cap. Yeah, I didn't need to use the bow. Oh yeah, with Vamp, it's just the Undeath and Cloak is just insane defense. We should probably actually play the objective, shouldn't we? no, come back with the ball. But have you ever tried invincibility build with a non-Nightblade? You mean invincibility? You can use vampire or potions, and it's okay. I don't like vampire stage 4 though. Bye bye. Oh, that corrosive is going to wear off and you're going to die in a moment. Hate corrosive. Such a stupid ult. I've got executioner. Oh, I hate when the ult changes. He's... There's a corrosive up. We want to get away from that. Oh, cheers for that. Oh, I haven't had a... Oh, no. Damn it. They got me. They got me. They got me. You know, cheers for the support. That's really appreciated, that is. I think Patreon's good for a creator in that you get that more consistent revenue. You kind of plan it more accordingly with how you do stuff. Oh, you died very fast. Oh, so much plague break. So much plague break. Yeah, sharpen on the maul is a must. I thought the ball's down there. No, the ball's over here. Yeah, this builds on Patreon, so you should be able to... I hate the snares. I need to get snare immunity. That would be my next... He went to cloak. It's a good cloak for him though. One, two, and roll. Little tip, yeah, if you see a Nightblade going cloak, count to 2 and then roll dodge. Because 9 times out of 10, they will hit you about 2 seconds after they cloak. Yeah, we just went for kills that time. As you can probably tell, 1 million damage, 23 to 3. Yeah, to LM, I am using sharpen on the animal. It's kind of, it's a must in PvP in all honesty. It gives you really good damage. You can use a greatsword for a bit of healing, but I don't think it's needed. The poll is pretty much tied. It's literally like Sorcerer, Warden, Necro. So I'll do one more BG, and whatever's the highest, we'll go with that one there. So if you haven't done the poll, it's free to do. It just gives us an idea of what we're going to focus on next. Okay? But yeah, as you can see, I'm really loving this build. Like, it's so much damage. I'd say the big thing is you just have to be very reactive. And if you can do that, then you'll be fine. So like knowing your animation cancels and stuff really helps on a Nightblade. I think going to the vampire comment from earlier about invisibility, I think the issue with stage 4 is the 0 health regen. That is the big issue on it. I think if it was health regen was like 10%, it's enough for you just to passively heal outside of combat. And then I think you could probably make it work. But the fact that you get absolutely 0, you have to consciously heal yourself, which I think is a very... it feels very intense, if that makes sense. You can cut that out if you go this way around. So yeah, that's my kind of issue with Vampirism. Stage 4 is the 0 health regen just makes it really awkward to play as a class. Because you have to spend your resources to actively heal. Yeah, full damage is OP. I'm glad. Cheers for the support again, Heyo. And I'm glad that I've inspired you to play again. Like, honestly, if you play lots of classes, you'll get good at knowing how people react, and it makes the game much more fun when you do kind of well in PvP. That does really help. And I have off days, like everybody has off days. But the more you do it, the easier it gets, and I think just keep at it. But yeah, I'm glad that it's obviously you're wanting to play and give it a go. And I think next patch is going to be much more balance between the classes, especially if you're a Nightblade. Like, Nightblades are OP. The rest of them are pretty balanced, I'd say. Top cats go in. Stage 4 is a lot of work, especially with how much you put in for Nightblade. Yeah, I think on a Nightblade you just. I think this is just the best skill in the game. Like, this is insane. Like, it's such a good skill. I think the big thing is, and I want to do it. This is something I've got planned, and I'm hoping to make it next week. So, obviously, I'd like to know what you guys think. Actually, what I'm wanting to do is to create a mini series using YouTube Shorts. So they're about 2-minute videos, and kind of just go key tips and tricks for PvP. Things that, if you do them, your success in PvP is going to like go up drastically. Silly things like, how do you fight a Nightblade? You go against a Nightblade and go and cloak. What do you do? Things like how do you react to a Warden combo or to a Sorcerer combo so you don't get killed instantly? How do you land those combos yourself on other people? What do you need to do with your attributes, and what's the minimum health threshold you need? So those kind of things that are just little things that if you just add to your gameplay, I think would really bring up how well you do. And the big thing is just experience, just knowing what the other classes do, knowing their combos, means you can react to it much better. Like, you'll see when I get hit with Power of the Light, I move away because I know I'm going to get hit with Toppling Charge next. And I see a Nightblade going cloak, I go 1, 2, I roll dodge. And if you look at all my gameplay, that's pretty much a consistent thing, because 9 out of 10 Nightblades will do that. They'll go into cloak, they'll come with a heavy attack which takes 2 seconds to charge. If you roll dodge, you go 1, 2, roll dodge, you'll dodge their burst and you can counter them. And that's how I kill a lot of Nightblades trying to kill me. I also heal then roll. That guy's asked him to be dead. Oh, it's that snare though. Oh my god, that snare is filthy. There you go. Oh, 100%. And I had a series back in the day, kind of almost like a PvP quiz. Oh, that's dead. And the idea is I played a video, and then I paused the video at key points in the combat. And it was kind of, what would you do at this point, and give some options on screen. Then the video will play, and I'd say, this is what I did, obviously, and why I did it. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Hey, Keita's like, hey, it's Dan. Is that Magicka Sorcerer? Oh, he knew I was there, he did. There we go, that's my place. So he reacted well there to move away. Which again, it's just little things like that, because he knew I was here, he went backwards because he knows I can't close the distance. And there's all those little things that if you just add one of those a week, over a couple of weeks, you'll be getting significantly better in PvP. Yeah, just looking at the poll, people say Sorcerer. Oh, he's going to come up here? Please come up here, please come up here. Oh, I'm heavy, like all ready to go. Oh, we're going to pop down and kill people. Yeah, I don't have resources. It's so easy to walk into a trap in BGs, yeah. 100%. I was hoping to try and pull one of them to the side to then try and nuke one of them at a time. And when you do like 1vx, whether it's Cyrodiil, Imperial City, even if you fight outnumbered in Battlegrounds, getting too aggressive like that will kill you. I got too aggressive because I was trying to pull enough of them. Just pull enough of them to kind of get the kill, but if you don't watch your sustain, which I didn't, I rolled a bit too much. That snare from Leap is disgusting. Then my health bar is low. See, he reacted very well there. Here's a movability pot up he has. So many dots though. Oh, the dots there were filth. How much dot damage was that? The Molten Whip 9k. Hey, you're right, Sleep. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Got hit with a lot of dots then though, so that's I should have moved away and stopped fighting. Let dots wear off. Movability pot. Oh, Molten Whip is... That was a big frag though. 10k frag. Oof. Yeah, Molten Whip is very strong. What MMR is this tune? It varies. I've had matches you'll see in the footage where I'm 496 CP and I'm against 2000 plus CP players. I went for the wrong guy there. Here's one of the stupid bash builds in years. He's not out of resources in the moment. He was waiting for his ultimate, he was. Oh, I've seen people get hit with 26,000 whips. It's literally, it was a one shot. I'll put a picture in Discord in a moment. It was insane. That was a good shade. Oh, that Nightblade got me there. Max Hulk cried getting hit by that. And sometimes you do die just because you get hit by loads of things. Again, now how much was that whip? That was a big whip there. Oh, got hit with whip and an incap. Fair enough. I think with DK, they have so much self-healing, it's really, really noticeable. That's 2 whips, 2 leaps in a row. There's one leap, there's another leap. You're trying to roll away from the leap and you can't because there's a snare on it. It's really potent. But yeah, I find DKs are the hardest thing to kill currently, this patch. Just because of how much healing they have. And the whip's obviously very strong too. Is it Shattering Rocks, I think. Oh, whip. How much is that whip? 7.7k. Leap is too strong. Yeah. I think Leap works very well in Battlegrounds. Have you tried Magicka? I have tried Magicka in the past. It's very hit and miss. Is a prior. Oh, we don't give that guy. Oh, corrosive up. You can tell that when you hit him, you hit him for 900 health. Those bash spells are just really memey. Like really, really me. I died because I got stuck in a rock. That's the only reason I died. Yeah, I think DKs are strong all round at the moment. I think, as a lot of people have said time and time again. They are getting quite a big nerf though with the whip. Whip is getting a big change, which is good. I think it's got like a 33% nerf. That's going to make a big difference. Looking at the poll, most people are saying Magicka Sorcerer, so I am happy to jump on that. I enjoy sorc. Loads of PvP rewards. So I'll jump on sorc for a bit. That Nightblade, by the way, is Way of the Fire, Rich Vitality with One Piece Krog, Oakensoul. I think that's it, and double dot poisons. There is a video coming out, so you can obviously have a look at that. Hey, you're saying he has all classes, but he sucks on all of them. I don't think that's the case. Like anybody that does PvP has to start somewhere, and the unfortunate part is the learning curve for PvP is rather steep. You go from kind of, there'll be people like myself who will kill people in like 2-3 seconds. There's people who you could fight and they won't kill you in 15. So it does have a big difference on kind of how much time you get to do in PvP. You know, if you're in a very competitive match, you're going to be hit against people that are really hard to kill, tanky, they know what to do. You're not going to have much luck. This is my 1-bar build, by the way. Soup saying his issue is spent way too long on one class and learning others is jarring. I spent a lot of time flicking between classes, and not because I like meta hop, I don't agree with that. But I think it's knowing how every class plays really helps. And I think if I'll get to some distance on here and I'll show you kind of, like, if there's one thing you take from tonight, it's probably this. I'm going to get some distance quickly. Oh. Every class in the game has the same functionality, shall we say. They have a burst skill, which is delayed, Haunting Curse, Power of the Light, Blast Bones, Deep Fissure. You get the idea. Molten Whip is the burst for the DK because they have to charge it up. Spectral Bow. So every class has one of these. Most classes have them delayed, so you cast the skill and then a few seconds later it does the damage. Deep Fissure, Haunting Curse, Power of the Light, Blast Bones. Most people in PvP try to land this with a spammable like Crystal Fragments, which I use, Crushing Shock, Dizzying Swing, Cliff Racer, which is terrible, but you get the idea. what you generally see is that the combos are kind of every 3 seconds. So most people have a 3-second window when they try to hit you really hard. If you get into the habit of when they do Haunting Curse, 1, 2, 3, tap block. That will reduce their burst window drastically from being like 15k damage to like 8. Like it is that much of a damage reduction. So you'll see often when I'm on my Nightblade, I will just jump or just roll, tap block and heal. And that saves you so much like lost health because you mitigate so much of the damage. You also notice as well I do roll dodge heals, which a lot of DKs and a lot of burst heal classes do. So that's where you got to heal up like a pet or coagulating blood. You tap the heal, roll dodge. Tap the heal, roll dodge. Normally the animation's this. So, and you can see where I push the button, the heal isn't instant. But when I push it and roll, it's like straight away. And it's all these little things that make the difference between PvE and PvP. The reason I like Warden is because Warden plays like Sorcerer. And a lot of people are going, what do you mean? But Sorcerer, you are typically doing this combo, and I'll get up here to do it. You go Curse, Spammable, and then Frags. Curse goes off, they die. On the Warden is exactly the same. It's Deep Fissure, Spammable, Cliff Racer or Dizzying Swing, Spammable, Execute, for example, or Spammable again if you're Magic Warden. So if you kind of get used to that kind of 3 to 6 second window of burst and kind of just reacting in that kind of period, whether it's just simply just jump and put block, or just hold block or roll dodge even, you get 1, 2, 3 roll. The other thing is certain classes have kind of telegraphs. So you'll see if I don't block, I roll dodge. So on my Nightblade, when people hit me with Haunting Curse, you see it go 1, 2, 3, I roll out the way. Because I know that the Crystal Frags is on its way to me to hit me like a truck with Haunting Curse, and that's going to nuke my health bar. That those two go off, I've lost 10k health, regardless of build. Like it's just that much damage. You know, for most people, that's a third of their health bar gone. If you got the Execute on your like Mage's Wrath, you're gonna pop potentially. On Templars, they hit you with Purifying Light or Power of the Light, the thing that glows on you. They're gonna then roll dodge to try and stun you. They're gonna top lane charge to stun you. So you get it with Power of the Light or Power of the Light or Purifying Light. You roll dodge or you block, because you know you're going to get stunned in about a second or so. And it's all these little things which make the big difference, so that's why the learning curve is so high. So yeah, that's why I want to kind of do little tips and kind of videos kind of just going through it with like examples on screen. So you can go, oh, this is 2 minutes, this is what you need to know. Go give it a go type thing. I'm kind of unsure how that or whether people would like that though, so if people are up for it, I'll probably trial some and see how it goes. But yeah, there's lots of little things like that which, like, you can break down anybody's gameplay and you'll see they do all these things. This sorc, I PvP quite a lot on this, so the MMR is higher than probably the Nightblade, although they're probably similar now, but it varies from like time to time. I love when you get the double frag block like this. Like that is absolutely glorious. I was asked a while back about Killer's Blade, by the way, on my Nightblade, why I don't use it. The issue with Killer's Blade, and this will kind of help, is when they're below 25% health, I think Killer's Blade is, you then get the bonus damage. The issue is most people, when they're below 25% health, are normally in low enough health to be killed with a spammable and a light attack. At which point you might as well just not use Killer's Blade, because if they're over 25% health, you get no damage. Like, it is ridiculously low. And the Impale's the same issue. Yeah, Soup said he's down for doing something like that. Let me put it as a poll. There you go. There's a little poll up if you want to do it. They're all crazy king. Beef. He's gonna pop. That temper, watch this. You see, like, he didn't react to it. Bye bye. Yeah, Sorc is very good. But this guy, is he going to react? Oh, he managed to get away from it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's seeing cleansed it. He's Betty. Leave my Twilight alone. Bye bye. Pop. Yeah, 9k frag, take that. One, two, three, heavy attack, roll, dead. There you go. But honestly, it's all the three kind of 3-second windows this game has. Dead. No, get away from that. Oh, I got hit with a big stun. Big Purifying Light though. Yeah, I think the range on Impale is nice. It's just the... I just always found, even before they nerfed Magblade, Swallow Soul just hit harder. You know, like, Impale's like a 4k tooltip. You know, if they're below 25%, it's like 12k. Because it's like, I think it's 400% stronger. Alright. Oh, it is that bash build. When you use Overload with this, this is filthy. Yeah, Overload with frags is disgusting. He's got corrosive up. Like, he's not dropping a moment though, and he's gonna go pop. Could not get up there. Is he going to follow me? I want him to follow me. They know everything about buff blades. Yeah, pretty much. Where'd that Templar go? Oh, he's dead. Oh, I got jumped on then. Radiant impression. Yeah, 15 kills. I think I'd say Stamina Warden got buffed, in all honesty. I think they got buffed. Necro got adjusted, which it kind of needed. DK still strong, but a little bit weaker. That 10k frag, that's disgusting, that is. Yeah, the double frag proc is. The stupid bash builds. Ah, I got him. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, sorry. Oh, I got stuck in my Twilight casting animation. They're trying to move around the rock. Yeah, the double frag's also really good. I think Sam Necro's good. Sorc's very good if you get the combos right. Ready, waiting for the bash. He's going to come out that form in a moment. He just doesn't do enough burst. That just catches bad people, that does. Dead. I'll have to range execute on the thing there. Here's Oakensoul up here, corrosive up. There we go. Oh, that's a tank thing, just leave them. Oh, bashed. Oh, let's go get some distance here. He went around the other way, didn't he? He had did he streak as well? It's only stand though, by the way. That's a double frag proc there. When that goes off, it's like instant death. So much burst. There you go, see? Okay. We won that match, that was good. I really enjoy sorc. Just going around blowing people up from range, it's just silly. Like really, really fun. Yeah, it's the melee morph though, Redbeard. So they are increasing the melee morph to have the same healing the same scaling as Executioner. So basically, it does exactly the same damage as Executioner, but it heals you. It costs Magicka and is more expensive, but if you can run it, it makes sense because it's a big heal. So, yeah, that's another thing. Top Cat goes, he really needs to look at the patch notes. Yeah, pretty much to the, are they just buffing Nightblades? And yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. So I think the Nightblade's just got a lot of positive changes. They changed concealed weapon to surprise attack, sorry, to not stun anymore from the flank. But for people that know how to play, that's a big damage buff because it means you can control when you stun people. So you can do like currently you do like heavy attack, surprise attack, in cap, bow. People normally CC break by the time the bow's fired, whereas now you can do, you know, heavy attack, surprise attack, they're still not stunned, in cap then bow, so the bow's much more likely to land, so you got a lot more burst in the combo, which is going to be really, really good. Concealed weapon also got a buff in some way, so when you come out of stealth or major expedition ends, you get a 10% damage boost, so that's going to be really good on snipers. So like a heads up, I'm going to use that on my sniper. It's a 10% damage boost from popping out of stealth. Like, why would you not run this? And you get minor expedition when you have it on. So it's a really good damage buff just sitting there. So yeah. So now you can use Crip when you want to. Crippling Grasp, I think you mean. Cripple will snare anyway, because I use it as it's a good snare and it's a good immobilize, if that's what you mean. The big thing I would say though is almost every Magicka class, in my opinion, has been nerfed quite drastically. Yeah, no, that's alright. I think most Magicka classes rely on things like burning, vulnerability, and those little ticks from element effects. As well as they also use dots typically, so like Warden, Fletcher Infection. You would see, there's mainly Warden to be fair, but Nightblade would use like Crippling Grasp because that's got a dot on it. Or they might use Debilitate, I think it's pronounced. Necromancer, they don't really use many dots, they're more burst nowadays. Templar can use Vampire Bane, but it's a bit hit and miss. Mag DKs use a lot of dots. And the big change is they just do a lot less damage per tick. So yeah, I think Magicka classes are going to be a bit weaker in the killing department next patch. Let's just make sure that we're not leaving him in the lurch. Dead. Oh, you fight Nightblade, by the way. You want to use your thing when you can. That's not too helpful. As you can see, I'm trying to concentrate. Yeah, with pigeon spam. You ready? See that? He doesn't have the speed to come here. Looks like his mate sitting there with crystal weapon at the back. There you go. Yeah, basically, if the best way to make a mag build next patch is, you know, go 64 in stamina, put on a stamina set, and you're pretty much there. Oh, and stamina skills, that will help too. Will's going, what would I play other than ESO? I'll go through a few different games. So just trying to get these people here. I went to go for the streak and I didn't streak through it. So what was going? What games are you playing other than ESO? I'm looking for something different that's not ESO. I play a few different games. I like games where you kind of have to think about stuff. So I like ESO because you can think about the build and optimize it. So games kind of like that. Skyrim's obviously an obvious one. I find, and I've only just realised this with Skyrim, if you play on PC, you can hotkey the spells on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is how much hidden power Templar has, by the way. This literally like hitting a fucking trial dumb, innit? He's up with your dying resource. No, you are gonna die. Okay, there you go. So yeah, I like Skyrim. I like a game called From the Depths. That's where you kind of have to design things. The new one's pretty decent. I dabble with other casual games, things like Terra Tech I've played in the past, which can be alright. There's a game called Thrive, which is quite a weird game, but basically you design like a cell, like an organism, and it has to stay alive through different generations, and you can like adapt it over time, so over each round. I want to try and kill that. I want to try and get there to get the relic. That green Templar though, he has so much healing. It's insane. So much self-healing. Yeah, I was trying to get to the. He's got a Magicka, innit? To spam that quick. I was trying to get to the green to try and steal the relic. So the. I use a controller. I do have a gaming mouse. Hey, you're right, Tate. Tate has support. Oh my god, Nightblade. So I'm trying to kill stupid Nightblade. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm all good. And cheers for the support, by the way. That is insane. Like, that is absolutely insane. I'm going to go tell Laura 1 sec. Let's see, I'll be 1 sec, okay? It's, sorry about that. I was just telling the wife. She's like, she's very, very, as am I, like, very appreciative, and also like very surprised. So like, yeah, really, really appreciate the support people have given tonight. Top Cat's going. Werewolves heal so fast. They do. And Tate's going. Obviously with the like insane donation. What's up? We've been on Nightblade. Using the build that I've made a video for on Patreon, so showing that, and it, yeah, it's really good. And then we're on Sorc now, and just using the 1 bar Sorc, which is really solid. The damage is really high. Tanky, you can change a few things to get more like damage or defense if you want, but yeah, really good. So we're going to continue with the BGs. I've also floated an idea, which I think most people so far seem happy with that. And my idea, for people missed it, is creating like a mini short series going over PvP tips. So kind of like how to read your opponent. So if they're a sorcerer, how do you react to their burst combo? If they're a Templar, how do you react to them? If it's a Nightblade, what tips could you do to avoid being ganked from a Nightblade? Or if a Nightblade goes in cloak, how do you react to that, for example? And then other things like what potions are really good to carry on you at all times, or food buffs. What kind of key stats do you need to just be viable in PvP, or key types of skills? So like things like having a burst skill and a movement skill like race against time. All these things, you know, if you don't have them, you're going to be punished really, really bad. I've been doing chores all day. Her wife came back and had requests. I love it. I think everybody who's married completely gets that, as do I. Laura, obviously Laura's my wife. She looks on Facebook and she's like, Dan? I'm like, oh damn it, what have you seen? What have you seen? It's like, Dan, I was just thinking, okay, what do we need to buy, or what do I need to make? Or what do I need to get or do? Because there's something that you want. So yeah, it's always like that. So I completely get it. So yeah, I completely get it. Hopefully it's not too bad, the stuff you've had to do. I see players like that Templar and wonder how they have so many resources. Oh yeah, it's insane. Like it is absolutely insane. Well, the amount of healing you can get on certain classes, Templar, I would say Warden, but we know that's not true. So, but yeah, Templar, Necromancers are really, like that Spirit Ghost is insane this patch, and they are nerfing it. But like Templar next patch, what that guy did there, he could do next patch. Like that's not going to change. So he's still going to have like stupidly high healing next patch. First, everybody else with less damage. Templar healing is not cheap. It's not cheap, but when it pays for itself with Honor the Dead, you get 75% of this cost over 3 seconds. That's basically a 25% cost reduction every second if you spam it. So you just take that skill and take 25% off, because you'll get that by the time you recast it. So it actually becomes quite a cheap skill. And if you don't spam cast it, it's even cheaper because you get most of it back. So yeah, I don't. I think Templar heal was very, very cheap for what it does. Very good skill. I think personally, looking at the patch, if I were to go what's going to be meta next patch, is Nightblade. Like just hands down, stamina Nightblades. They're going to get a big buff in this coming patch and a massive nerf in the patch after, I reckon. Like a huge, huge nerf. And I can't see any other way. I really, really can't. And I know it's a bit controversial, but what ZOS does often is give something shiny to a class, and then they go and take it away like a patch later. And I honestly think they're going to do that with Nightblade. They've changed Mirage. Oh, Irish Sage is like, Maris Balm, any thoughts? I speak to is there no one else on Discord and some other creators, and I was like, you know, it's one of those sets where, you know, it's like, is Mag Sorc good? Is Necro Sorc, which is Necromancer, good? It's DK good? Is Templar good? It's even going to be used on my Crafter because it's that freaking good. Like, honestly, it's such a strong set. And like, if anybody that's not using that set is at a significant disadvantage, it's just huge. It's like Crimson and his stat like had a baby, and a baby grew up to be like the Hulk. It's just ridiculously strong. So yeah, I think it needs a big nerf. I think what's going to happen is people who 1vx will use it for the first 2 patches. People who Zerg and people who play in larger groups will go, hang on a minute, he's unkillable. Why is he not dying? Realise that they're using that set, then they'll start to use that set, and then the Zerg becomes unkillable. And it's just going to not be good for performance or for fun in the game. Like, it's not fun when you have a stalemate. Like, against that Templar, I'm trying to kill him. I have really high damage. And you just can't kill him because he's just healing so much. And it gives you that level of healing pretty much by yourself. So if you're doing any active heal on top of that, you're like, or line of sight, you're just unkillable. RA Sage says, going back to the days of 5 kill time limit death matches. I think 5 is pretty high. I might go with 2, maybe 3. Like, it's insane. Like, absolutely insane. So yeah, if you can't tell, I'm saying get that set. I hope they nerf it, even if they go, it's got a 2-second cooldown. You know, that will be a significant enough change to still make it worth running, but not where it's going to be like crushing shock with charge. That you give them 3 heals. You hit them for 3,000, 4,000 damage with that. You give them 3,000, 4,000 healing. It negates all of that person's damage. Oh, you saw I went straight for that sorc. Let's get some distance from here. Oh, he's got a tank set on, he has. But his damage is quite low actually for a Nightblade. I have detect potions. I don't have detect potions on. So get away from that, get away from that. Oh, the rest are all up, you're not going to kill that. Get some healing back. Oh, roll away, roll away. Ah, oh, damn it. Got me with the spin. There it was. Top Cat's joined our Discord. If you're not in the Discord, by the way, do consider joining. I do like, if you get any questions, stuff, I'll answer as best I can if I'm in there. Just reading Sage's message, basically going, the situation I described as Mara's Balm is pretty much what Zos is trying to avoid, and yeah, they've allowed that set to happen again. It's basically Crimson again. And you remember all the hype, people going, Crimson's really good for 1vx in. And then There you go. He's got Mark of the Prior on and Vampire Stage 3 because he's like uber tanky low health. So yeah, but yeah, as I said, if you haven't joined the Discord, by the way, do consider doing so. Obviously, I can help with questions and stuff there. Oh. That sorc is healing them a lot. Oh, got locked in the heavy attack. That's really unfortunate. A lot of people looking for groups to farm Crimson. I think Mara's Bomb's just the new Crimson. A draining shot's got a big stun on that. Ah, I managed to get away from the Nightblade and the skull hit me. Let me see if I can put it on in the chat so I don't forget. Invite people. There's the Discord link directly. If people have phone or PC, you should be able to access that. But yeah, that's our Discord if you want to join that. If someone hits you with Dawnbreaker, just hold block and heal. Yeah, this is on the channel already. Oh, he's... So that you get hit with the sun, just hold block and heal, and it'll get you out of so much trouble. That guy has Crimson on. It didn't save him though, did it? Stupid Nightblade. I know when I'm on Nightblade it's like glorious, but when I fight against Nightblades it's really annoying. Are they going to pop down? The Chokathon's quite nice actually, it's a pretty decent hill. We're just going to sit on this little plant. That Toxic Barrage is nasty. It's a 4k ticks. Yeah, they get confused when you go like the other way. That Nightblade goo. I noticed you posted it in Roses and your Discord. Oh, you're in the Roses as well, Soup? Yeah, I'm in Rose. Yeah, I post my videos in there because I help them with PvP stuff if they get questions. So that's kind of the arrangement we have. Yeah, Chokerthorn. The build is on the channel, but it's Alpheek, Trainee ×2, Oakensoul, Chokerthorn, and Willpower. You can use Necropotence, which gives you more max Magicka. It's about an extra 1500 roughly, so it's more damage, but you have to use the pet. And I went with Crafty Alpheek just because I know people change skills. So if you want to kind of keep these skills and go, this is the best setup, use Necropotence. But if you want to go, actually want to have the flexibility to drop the pets for shields and stuff, then Crafty Alpheek. If you want more defense, you can change this to Mark of the Pariah, and go with Jewelry here instead. So 2 Jewelry, and then you could go and put some body pieces on. It'll make you super tanky, but you will lose damage. Hello, Top Cat is going, I hear that. I hate fighting Nightblades. I just think Cloak is such a strong skill. Like, the amount of stuff you can do on a Nightblade with Cloak compared to other classes is insane. Streak is also very similar as well. Very strong skill. And I don't mind calling certain skills out, going, you know, this is just objectively very good. You know, when a skill can be used offensively and defensively for just the best in most cases, you want to use it. Whereas a lot of skills can't do both. I wouldn't even say, I think the big thing with Nightblades, and you see, I rarely get caught from a Nightblade. I get caught up with a gank, and I can run around with like 25k health, and that rarely happens. We're going to change the poll quick as well while we're here, so I don't, and queue for BGs. I should probably do that. Let's just do the puzzle, and then we'll change the poll to see what class is next, okay? This puzzle, you have to match the thing, so it's like a spider. You look for the same symbol. And they go off. Oh, let me just... And they keep going. So, Scarab Beetle. Scarab Beetle. Spider. Spider. And there we go. That top guy's an experienced one. I hate when they like get stuck on top of each other. That's our BGs. I've been in cyrodiil with yeah, and people do try to gank you 100%. I'm on PCNA, as lots of you know, and even in cyrodiil people will try to gank you, and I've got like less than 500 CP, so of course super squishy, and you can survive a lot of it. The general thing is why they kill you in most cases, and I think that if anybody just changes their habit of roll dodge into heal, you'll probably stay alive. A lot of the time they hit you with a stun, then you CC break, you roll dodge, but they use an AoE execute like Whirling Blade, which means you have no defense from that, and you're low health, which means that scales really high. Whereas if you just CC break, hit block and just heal, and heal a few times, you will probably survive the damage and they won't know what to do, because they have like really high burst but no sustain. So then after they've done that combo, they're out of resource and they have to retreat. So yeah, try that. If you do find you're getting ganked a lot, try CC break, hold block and heal, rather than CC break and roll dodge. Especially if it's like Chlorians. Alright, when they... let's move around the side. So I went to roll then. There was Crystal Weapon. Yeah, Crystal Weapon got me. Yeah, I like that. If you play a bomber. I think with a bomber you can kind of do that. You have enough damage to counter them. Yeah, you have enough damage to kind of counter them with just high burst. And sometimes high burst is probably some of the best defense you can get in the game. Who has our relic? They're literally like all over there. Yeah, good defense is a good offense. Yeah, 100%. I think, well, that's why Nightblade does so well, because they're evasive, but then if they do get low, they can hit you really hard to force you to be defensive. That was a good roll dodge by him. I just need to move away from here. Oh, I forgot, got me. I'm pleased that Templars' jabs are getting nerfed. Top Cat's at 5,500 spell damage, and his pen's at like 11k with 31 crit. So you don't always win a counter. I think if you've got something like Dark Convergence though, that's enough. Oh, that was a big acuity on he has. 11,000 power of the light, that's huge. It's like glowing blue. Yeah, he got a crit with acuity. That was a big, big crit, that was. That's good burst on him though. I didn't have much while it up because I was trying to kill him before he got the relic. Sorry about that, I could sneeze. I've tried going for the execute. We can get Crescent Sweep though, 9k. Power of the Light, yeah, that acuity is really good on Templar. Really, really good. I noticed the AoE on. I went to use the AoE on the Overload to try and catch him with it when he rolled, but it didn't hit him at all. It's got like a weird targeting. Oh yeah, Power of the Light's great. He plays Templar well, but he's playing it well. Acuity is very good though, because it really like crit damage is very strong. I just couldn't get the hit out. But he's spamming Power of the Light every couple of seconds, which is good. Like when you're at range, it still hits hard. It looks like he's got probably Magma Incarnate on as well, because he's quite bulky with Marken. So I imagine it'd be something like Acuity, Magma Incarnate. Yeah, I'd say Magma Incarnate, Marken, Mechanical Acuity front bar, and Rallying Cry back bar. But he might not have Rallying back bar, he might have something else. But I haven't seen it proc. But he's very tanky. And a lot of his damage comes from crit damage. Stupid tanky person. Yeah, very, very tanky though. The back and forth. But no, he plays it very well, he does. So that's a acuity, 5.7k with like so much damage. I don't know what's interrupting me, because... Yeah, that was big Dawnbreaker with that spin. 10k spin. Whoa, big numbers there. I like matches where you get those where you get like people that are good. Like they're obviously good on their class. There's a corrosive up. That red guy just gave them the win, by the way. Oh. Oh, that was good though, that was. That was a good little match. Top cats having to shoot off, which is fine. But that was a good match. That was the Sorc, him, and that was the Templar. You can see though, that Templar, he's obviously transferred server because he's very experienced on that with low CP. But no, good. That was some good fights there. And the Sage is like the back and forward. No, some good back and forwards. Let's see what people want to see class-wise. We'll do a BG or two left because it is late where I am. But yeah, no, it was good. Let me. How do I end that one? I did put Necromancer. One thing we haven't done, let's just go on the Necromancer because I haven't shown it and I want to show it off. It's something I've been working on. It's not finished by any means, but it is an interesting idea. So yeah, I want to see what you think of it. So here's my Necro. He doesn't really look like a Necro, so we need to get a good costume for him or something. So we're just logging in, but this is my Magicka Necromancer. It's not. I've tried to design it to be different to other builds, so it is going to be interesting skill-wise, to say the least. I haven't finished it by any means. Just to get some potions. But yeah, I'd like to know what you think of this. So the idea of this, and it is different, is we're not focusing on using things like Harmony or things like Blast Bones into Dawnbreaker or Dark Convergence, which I know like I could use that, it'll be really effective. There's no getting around that. I've chosen instead to go down the route of Serpent's Disdain, and this increases the duration of status effects by 16 seconds. So my thinking is that as a Necromancer, and I don't have the passives all done, as you can see, I did tell you this is rushed. It's like I'm missing passives all over the place. But as a Necromancer, we have access to a lot of different element types. We've got Fire, Frost, Shock, we've got Disease, we've got Hemorrhaging, we've got Poison, we've got Magic. So we actually have a lot of different dots in the form of like element effects, and if they get stacked on somebody, they actually add up quite quickly damage wise. And what's nice is because we have Force Pulse, we hit somebody with this, they get a status effect that lasts, you know, 20 odd seconds now. When we spam this on somebody else, they will then chain and they'll get hit back and forward with each other. So it's like an AoE cleave. So it's a really different way to see it. I think I'm onto something with it because I've been able to do okay in Battlegrounds, like get kills, hold my own with heals and stuff. But I think I need to get the passives to fully see how good it is. And as for CP, I really wanted to take advantage of this CP up here. It's called Force of Nature. So it increases your offensive penetration by 900 for every status effect your target has. Obviously, we can get loads of status effects with this. So, you know, it's 900 pen. Hit them with Crush and Shock, that's 2 or 3. That's like 2,000 plus pen. I'm going to go Appa because I don't know how to pronounce that fully, sorry. Using Plague Break. It's weird not having a thing. Yeah, Charge Staff is good. He's like, nom 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 nom. That guy's name. I love it. Yeah, the constant pressure is really nice. That's what I like about it. Sorry about that. They got a healer with them. Yeah, he's a healer. We have to focus on the sorc guy then. Where's the sorc gone? You can use the hemorrhage and proc as well. So you can see it's just like lots of ticks. So lots of little ticks. I find the ticks are kind of hit and miss, and I think it's because I don't have the passive fully up, so I'm missing a lot of damage on the build. But I'm using Rallying Cry. I'm not sure it's the best one yet for it. So you can see all the little damage ticks over there. So once you get it on them, the damage ticks quite high, but you have to get it up. So it's like a dot build. So yeah, it's very interesting. I haven't tried it with Plague Break, so I could try it with that. Instead, and that would mean I wouldn't have to use my Venom Skull, which I'm having to use, which does drain the stam quite a lot. But yeah, it's a very different way of playing Necro. It feels much more like a dot DK at range. So I'm wondering how it's going to be next patch. Oh, that healer is working overtime, isn't he? I thought he was going to rush me. But yeah, healers are very strong in BGs. Did you see the little Templar spam there? He followed me down, did that guy? That Warden did. Yeah, that little Warden here is proper keeping him alive. Irish Sage is going healer plus Mara's Balm. Just completely agree. We're also using double dot poisons, I think, on this, am I? No, I should be. No, I'm using an enchant on purpose, actually. There's a reason for it. I think our next patch is going to be interesting. Yeah, I think next patch will be interesting with how they do it. You can see like all the little numbers tick on him. So it's a different way to play. But I think I need the passive to really maximize it. I think sometimes just playing something that's different is fun. Like, is it the most effective thing? Probably not. Oh my goodness, my health bar there. My health bar there. My health bar there. Oh my, I died in the end, but well, I think it was 59 health or something. 56 health. 56 health. Sage is saying he doesn't think Oaken Soul will be as bad as everyone says it will. It's just not as powerful, but that's going to be everything. I would still use Oaken Soul. If I was making a 1-bar build, Oaken Soul is the go-to. If I was making a gank build, Oaken Soul is the go-to. It's just, it gives you too much. It gives you just too much. On a gank, it gives you all your damage buffs, all your defense buffs. Gives you your sustain buffs, gives you healing, gives you crit damage. Did you say that? Yeah, it gives you all kind of your sustain buffs, your defense buffs, gives you damage buffs, gives you just so many useful buffs that you don't have to cast them. So on a gank build, you want to save your limited resource to kill people. And that just gives you basically effectively tons of it in essence. We need to move away from that healer. Yeah, I just run out of resource. The Empower buff doesn't work in PvP, Sage. They did remove that. Yeah, the Empower buff got changed that only works in PvE. So, yeah, that's now a thing. The Cypher's quite good to execute, actually. Is he a healer as well? Yeah, he's got a lot of healing. No, you can't interrupt them. I think heavy attack builds are fun, but they're very trolly. But very, very trolly. A million damage though. So it's a very different way to play Necro, this is. And I think with the passives in, it will be better. I don't know how viable this is long term, but I think it's an interesting build. I might try a Plague Break. I was wondering, I don't know how it works. Dragacon's Grip, I know it got changed a while back. CLC Dungeons. I don't want to spend ages farming it for it to be a bit eh. That makes sense. So Ice Reach. Just one of these. There it is. It says increases your damage by 311 but reduces your healing taken by 10%. What I don't know is, does this apply to status effects? So will this buff the tick of all my status effects by 311? And I don't know the answer to that, because if that does, this will be a really good set for what we're doing. Because actually we have so many little bits of damage that this will just really go quite high really fast. Because we've got burning, chilled, concussed, saundered, hemorrhaging, poisoned, defiled, overcharged. There's 8 that I can think of the top of my head. There's probably something else missing. And we have access to those quite easily. So I wonder whether that might be a good set to look into. But as I said, I don't know if that works. But yeah, I do think I need to, just looking at time wise, it's gone midnight. And it will be my wedding anniversary today because it's gone midnight. So I do need to get some sleep because I'll probably do something with Laura in the day. So I'm going to shoot off in a second. I'm going to say a massive thanks to everybody that has supported on the stream. Like, it is really, really appreciated. So like Tate helping, and that's really, really appreciated. Just with what he did was just mad, and then Heyo as well. So massive thanks to all those guys, and just to everybody that's got this far on the stream, and just like and comment and subscribe, and really, really helps. But I am going to wrap this video up here, so I'll catch you in the next stream or video. But I'm going to say thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye.